what made you decide to try hyperpressives?
I'd started to suffer with anxiety, and obviously that brings in struggling to breathe sometimes, and then panic attacks and that kind of thing. I was also struggling with putting weight on, and mindful that I needed to do some exercise because I want to lose weight, but also got my anxiety going on. So, but I felt like all the other kind of exercise that I did, which was swimming, joining the gym, walking, they just never hit the anxiety. So I would do them and never feel relaxed or feel calm, or and then I would go to the next session sort of a bit anxious, didn't want to do it and all of that. So I kept starting things and giving up and starting things and giving up. So when I heard about something that would help with my breathing, which is something I was very aware of that I was struggling with, I just thought, this has got to be beneficial for me.
But
So
did you have any concerns about trying it at all?
not about trying the hypopressives. And I think that's mainly, well, for me, that's mainly because of you. I've done a handful of classes with you, and I just think you are a really excellent teacher. You just teach in such an understated way. It's almost like you're not teaching, and you just made it so easy for me. And the other problem that I had was more of a commitment problem, because for so long I failed at the swimming and the gym and the walking. I start, I stop, I start, I stop. I was worried that, I wouldn't keep it up.
So, what have you achieved since you've started doing hyperpressives?
Well, considering how many hours of time I've spent doing it, then I feel like the benefits are huge. They cover my mental state, my physical state, my general well-being. Um, I can move more freely. One thing that I thought was really interesting is I've learned to separate my body. Like, I've always felt my body was just a body, a mass, one whole thing. But like now, I can feel my hips and I can feel my rib cage. I'm just more aware of my body parts and how to separate them and how to work the correct bit and not a different part thinking I'm doing it. So that's been a really good feeling. I feel so much more mobile. I felt a bit like a tin man, but like these days I can like get out of bed, I can get up and down much more easily. I work in a building that's got 4 flights of stairs up to my office, no lift, just these stairs. And I now get from bottom to top without getting breathless.
That's
And yet
amazing.
I would say to you, I have not increased my exercise amount massively. But then I was like, wow, I can't believe I'm not out of breath. So I'm managing my breathing. So those are the physical things. The mental things, it's starting to, I'm beginning to manage my anxiety better and slow it down, stop it sooner, because I bring in these breathing things. And obviously, I've been aware of breathing, but actually doing it deeper and more effective then helps me to get my anxiety into check a little bit sooner than it, developing, which is just massive for me. So yeah, that's really good.
Brilliant.
I just feel taller, slimmer. My body shape feels like it's changing. Um, it's helping me. It's contributing towards my weight loss as well, because I can be more present in, what I eat and what I don't eat.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's not a weight loss thing, is it? But it's
No,
it's like it's starting uh the healthy habit kind of thing, and that mindfulness and being aware of your body, I guess,
yeah,
kind of
yeah,
into other things you do then.
yeah. And I've done a lot of mindfulness over the years because I find that interesting as well. But even that didn't altogether come through for me. But I feel like this breathing, and I'm going to use a word that's part of this, but the breathing is the core of it. It's like that's what runs right the way through everything. And it's like anything, if you get that right, everything else will start to stack up better. And so I just feel like this breathing thing has become the thing that's brought together all the little bits of knowledge that I've got, all the tiny snippets of things, is bringing them together that it all makes sense.
So do you think you brought hyperpressives into other parts of your life then, more than just sort of doing the classes?
Yeah, definitely. Like from the minute I wake up, I try to do something, and like it's only been a very short time for me, but I just think I try and do something to kickstart in a positive way, and it would be that breathing or some kind of movement that I've learned, and then I find myself doing it when I'm making a drink at work in the kitchen. I just do some leaning things, and just whenever I get an opportunity, and it's not always because I'm not feeling good. I don't, it's not always because, oh, I'm getting a bit anxious, do some exercises. Sometimes it's because I feel good and I think, let's have some more of this. And then
Brilliant.
I'll do some just the smallest thing, really. It's not right to say it doesn't take any effort, but it it is becoming for me a way of my body, a way of life.
Mm. So you say you do bits during the day. So how often do you think you practice, and how much time do you think you spend doing it in order to get those benefits?
Um, I don't feel like I practice a lot, and I'm talking a couple of minutes at a time, and probably 2 or 3 times a day. And it's almost like my body triggers it, right? I don't have to mentally think, right, do this or whatever. Um, it just feels like the right thing to do at the time. It's almost like my body prompts me to do it. Um, I feel like I want to do more, but because I'm so early on my journey and I'm still learning, um, I don't remember that much. But the bits that I am remembering, I'm really bringing it in. But then I'm also bringing it in when I'm doing other exercises as well, like Pilates or the walking, just the better posture and all of that. So yeah, it's creeping into being part of my daily thing.
Which is the way it becomes a habit, isn't it?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah.
What would you say to somebody who was thinking about doing hyperpressives but wasn't really sure?
I would say you absolutely have to do it. Yeah, do it before you do anything else. Get your breathing right, and then whatever else you go on to do. So if you're a gym bunny or you like to swim or anything or whatever your thing is, get your breathing right. Um, it's quite. I find it quite overwhelming what it can do to your body, how it can change how it feels inside, like the open spaces and what have you. Um, that it can only strengthen your core, and it's difficult at first, and occasionally I had sessions where not for the whole time I didn't get it, but I think I struggle sometimes with concentration, and if I let my mind go thinking about something else, then it was like I don't even know what that was for. But bringing yourself back, just keep persevering, keep trying, and the rewards are they are it's just so beneficial for your well-being and everything.
Because the thing is, I think most people that I know become aware of hyperpressives, it tends to be because of the pelvic floor aspect of it, which I know is not really why you came for it. So it's nice to hear that it's so many other benefits as well, because that's
Yeah,
what I'm feeling. It's I do more and more that there's yeah, it's a whole body program really.
yeah. And I don't think you don't need to have pelvic floor issues. You don't need to have anxiety or mental health. if you have, it will definitely help you. But just for a sense of well-being. And I think they talk a lot about the fight or flight thing, don't they? And all the things that modern times have, all the, have brought to us, undoing all of that, the stress, the punching, the too busy a brain and all of that. This hypopressives is taking us back to those things that make us well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.